Okay, right now I am going to do some skincare. I'm going in with this Laneige, I think it's called Serapeptide. This is like my second bottle of this. Do some eye treatment underneath my eyes. I'm really trying to get through my classic books. The only thing is that the two of them that I'm reading right now are Fyodor Dostoevsky books, and they're pretty hefty. So I have this one, The Brothers Karamazov, which is like this thick. It's like 1,000 pages. I'm on page 114. I don't know why, but my eyes are starting to get dry and I just feel like going like this, and I don't know why I already have eye bags. But we continue. I finished book 2, An Inappropriate Gathering, chapter 8. Now I'm on book 3 called Voluptuaries. What I'm not getting used to, specifically, I'm not getting used to the full names in this book. In the descriptions of what's going on, the author uses everybody's full name all the time. Fyodor Pavlovich. So when I'm reading this, I'm like in my head, I'm just going through it. I think that's one of the reasons why it's kind of taking me a longer time to just like really digest what I'm reading. So right now, so far what I've read was that the brothers are trying to get their younger brother out of a monastery because they don't share the same beliefs with like where he's attending. And so it's kind of like in that section of the book so far. I'm going to do something with my eyes, probably just go to sleep and then continue this tomorrow. It's already 11 at night. I need to wake up early. I watched a movie and I took a shower and now we're here. I have to read, so I should have planned better. I'm gonna try to read faster because I actually need to go to sleep early. That has to be one of the best endings for a chapter that I've read. The chapter was kind of giving a little bit of background information on two characters. Now, this chapter specifically was about the older brother. And the older brother, Fyodor Pavlovich, it was kind of telling the background of him and how he came to have a son, but it's not really his son. And the chapter was basically explaining that kid became his son, like how the townspeople agreed that that was his son. And it was basically because he was in the same vicinity as I want to call her a nun, but she's not, like a holy girl, I'll say. He was in the same vicinity as a holy girl who got taken advantage of. Basically everybody else that was in his group at the time when they were walking by her, they were like considered higher class people, so the town was like, no, it can't be them, like they're too noble, they would never do that, they have a reputation to hold. So they didn't end up blaming them, but they ended up blaming Fyodor. The townspeople just agreed like, okay, that's his kid. And he never, like, I guess he never had like the energy to, not the energy, but he thought it was more amusing to see like these people spin up stories, and he kind of just went with it. And then that lady moved in with another like older lady who was gonna take care of the kid because the mom was on the verge of death and she died, basically having the kid. So the people that raised the kid, they were like, okay, we're gonna raise this guy's kid. And they raised the kid, and then he ended up, I guess, becoming a cook. And so that's how it ends, like basically detailed about who that woman was and how she was holy and how the townspeople knew her and kind of like the person that she was in the town and how she was like cherished and loved. But okay, so he grows up to be a cook, and so that's how the chapter ends. But then the author, which I'm noticing has the same name as the older brother, Fyodor. The author kind of brings us back to like narrative. So now he's talking to like the reader. Okay, let me just shut up and read it. So it says Fyodor Pavlovich even thought up a surname for the foundling. He named him Smerdyakov after the sobriquet of his mother Lizaveta Smerdyachaia. This Smerdyakov it was who became Fyodor Pavlovich's second manservant and was living at the time of our story's beginning in the outbuilding together with old Grigory and old Marfa. He was made use of as a cook. It would really be most helpful to append some special remarks about him here, but my conscience forbids me to divert the attention of my reader with such commonplace lackeys. Like it kind of sounds like the author is saying a nobody, and I shall therefore proceed with my narrative in the sanguine trust that the details about Smerdyakov will come forth of themselves in the course of the tale's unfolding. What do you mean? Like, is he bad or is he good? Okay, we're gonna continue. First, I need to hydrate my skin because I'm gonna be up longer. I feel like the products are gonna have more time to seep into my skin. Okay, so in the chapter that I just read, Alyosha, which is the youngest brother, is having a conversation with one of his brothers. I think it's after they leave the monastery and they're trying to sneak into a building, but also Alyosha he needs to meet with Katerina
Ivanovna.
And the chapter is very descriptive on supposedly him being kind of nervous around her, like her woman qualities, but not so much the fact that she's a woman, and like not the fact that he's scared of women, but mostly of like her specific like personality, I guess. So really Alyosha is supposed to be the only one that's there, but then he runs into his brother who's also trying to sneak in or going to visit Katerina or somebody, because I guess the brother Dmitry is also very close to Katerina. Well, he meets his brother and then he asks him like, why are you here? And Dmitry tells him that he has something to confess and he's there in secret and he has a secret to hold. He tells Alyosha that he's going to confess something to him and to not be, I guess, so judgmental. He starts talking about what is called the Madonna and the Sodom. So the Madonna Sodom, an inner conflict where he is aspiring for purity, but he's attracted to sin, the opposite. So the Madonna being purity and then Sodom being sin, compulsion. It's like a prelude of before what he tells Alyosha. And that's the next chapter, what it is that he tells him. It explores human heart and inner conflict. Like he describes his heart being a battleground for aspiring for purity. So basically what I read so far was the brother started talking to his other brother Alyosha. Everything that was, so he's starting to tell him what it is that he feels resent on, and basically he had a problem with women, and he's basically saying like the details of the problem with the women that he had. Where I left off is that he's kind of giving details, the situation. Okay, I need to go. I'm going to start reading the next chapter. Upon starting to film for this video, I didn't think on how far I wanted to read, how long I wanted to make this video. So I'm just kind of going off vibes. Okay, to kind of give a quick summary before I go to sleep.
First of all, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry.
But I want to do this thing where I stop eating after 7. And the thing is that I should have ate something. So I ate something like around 4. Okay, so the chapters, I read 2 chapters. So, or chapter 6 and chapter 7. So we get to know Smerdikov, which is the Fedor Pavlovich's son. He ends up being raised by his housekeeper, which was his name. It started with a G. I will just call him G. He grows up. He's intellectual, but also skeptical about Christianity. Smerdikov asks Ivan, another brother, well, I guess it's like stepbrother, he asks him, so he's like, I guess he admires him and like his way of thinking, because I guess he's also philosophical, but he kind of takes his words to heart when he says like, if there was no God, then there would be no repercussions to your actions, and there is no God if you don't believe in God. So that's kind of like the idea that they were tackling and kind of discussing. But Ivan, I think he notices Smerdikov take his words to heart, kind of starts like, I don't know, working something like low-key, like bringing the pieces together and low-key planning something. 6 and 7, 6 was about Smerdikov and kind of how he was when he was a kid, how he was a little odd, how he didn't really connect with other women, how he wasn't really even like, not only did he not connect with other women, but like friendly, like he didn't have a lot of friends. Then 7, the controversy was about that, kind of Ivan and Smerdikov and G, the servant, having a discussion about that. And so they're kind of like in the end, they're like, but we hope that God guides us and he gives us mercy. Supposedly this is the oat milk that they use in Joe and the Juice. Usually from Joe and the Juice I get a matcha, but I'm gonna make a chai latte. I've been really loving chai lattes with caramel, so we're gonna do it.